If you see the right one, it is with the transfer foil technique, and this is a kind of fast gel painting technique. Okay, I think I'm going to start with the right one. I have to take a picture. But let me show you, you can use any kind of flower, not only, for example, rose. It was a kind of tulip, it was a simple flower with 5 petals, and it was, I don't know the name.
Lily? Lily?
What?
Lily?
Yes, can be.
I don't know.
So you can make butterfly, any kind of things you can make, okay? Any kind of form. I'm going to take a picture of these. The base can be any kind of color. Use your favorite color. Important, you should use some light color. Maybe light beige, light rose, light pink. I'm going to use the white tip so I don't need to create any base. The base is going to be white because the tip is white. Okay. And maybe we have a nice neon orange. Neon orange we have. If I will find. And I'm going to use the green again. Green. Neon orange. Where is the orange? Here. So I'm going to use these two, neon orange and green. I think I have, oh, maybe no. I'm going to put a little green and the orange one. And I'm going to use the same brush, this one, the mini Zosto brush, okay? We need a buffed surface. I have to be here. And I will put here in the corner a line with the wave. This is going to be the end of the rose. Very important, don't make this the end too round. Because if it's too round, it's very difficult to create the petals. Okay. This orange is really beautiful. Look, if you want a little bit softer, you can pull it out more times. If you want more intense, dry the first coat and then you can repeat, okay? Hogy van, hogy ne legyen foltos? Mónika.
I try to make it even as possible.
Ha?
Próbálja meg egyenletesen csinálni, amennyire csak tudja.
Yes.
Try to make it even as possible.
Exactly.
Yes. Try to make it even as possible. Okay?
Okay, so can you see the end? It is not so round. Just fix it a little bit. For example, this green is too neon, but if I mix it with the orange, Can you see that it's gonna be something like light military green? Can you see that now?
The camera a little bit cheating.
I'm going to take a picture.
Az audióban láthatóan, hogy megfordítottuk.
Tessék?
Visszatükröződik a metál.
Igen, ezért kérdeztem, but it looks red, no?
No, it looks red.
In this screen it looks red.
Itt az a, hogy az a metál, az arany, az a
Igen, ezt kérdeztem.
az aranyra.
Majd akkor lehet, hogy holnap mást használok, jó?
Lehet, hogy csak egy sima fehér sablon.
Alá kell tenni.
Tudom,
Ez a beletesz. De nem, már akarom a dobozt használni, mert az zárható, és nem száll bele a hol. If the rose is ready, I can make some leaves. For example, here I can put a leaf. You can use the same technique if you would like to use two colors to create some nice leaf. I mean this technique too. Okay? Why not? It's better. I'm going to put more leaves. Can you see that the first one is turning to the right? I put the next one, the next one very near to the first one, no space between them. It can be thicker, it can be longer or bigger. Like that, for example. Don't make them too long. This is important. Here I can make another one. Yes. I can use a little orange. I have a big dust inside. So can you see the directions? Right goes down and left. Maybe here. It's gonna be here one more. Like before. I'm doing exactly the same. Two more small leaves, and maybe here is going to be one more big. Okay, do you understand everything? Now I have to fix it very well. And I'm going to use this extreme foil gel. Do you know it? Have you tried before? No? The texture is very similar, like I used the Royal 7 Black with the Art Black. Do you remember? And this is very similar, the texture. Look. I'm putting here a little bit for the foil. This is a special gel for the foil. When you cure, it's gonna have a kind of sticky layer, and this sticky layer you can use for the foil. But what is very important, which kind of foil? Because if the foils are too thick, it doesn't stick very well. So what I always use, I brought a lot with me, so if you want to buy, you can. Mondhatom akkor, nem? So this is from Moira, and the name is Magic Foil. This is a very, very thin foil, and this is the best, I think. It's perfect. If you see that, I need a scissor because here I have to cut. Van olló, itt van, és csak ez van. Okay, so maybe you can see, and if you cannot hear the voice, you know, because when it's very thick, hogy van az, hogy csörög, zörög?
It's noisy.
It's noisy. If it's very soft, you can't hear it. It means that it's very, very soft. Okay. So when the base is done, I have to put or the shiny one or the matte one, because like that it's not possible to use the foil, because even if it doesn't stick, this foil is great. So it's gonna be everywhere.
It's to a shiny surface.
Yes, a little bit. So I'm going to use the, now I'm going to use the normal cool, and I'm going to use the buffer.
Cool gel. The cool on top of it.
Sorry?
I was repeating it.
So why do you choose to use the cool top gel and buffet versus using the matte as a top gel?
Because when I tried before with the matte, ezt hogy mondjam a magyarul, hogy oda is beleragadt, mert a matt fényzselé ad egy ilyen kis porózus felületet, míg a bufferrel sokkal simább felületet tudsz létrehozni.
You can make a much smoother surface with a buffer, because sometimes Matador has a
Like a
gel
velvet.
layer and it's just stuck there. So,
Yes.
so you cannot make mistake if you just use a regular fold and buff it. And with Matador sometimes, even it's happening with me sometimes, it's not everywhere Matador, just a little piece that stay there and it's stuck.
Yes, exactly. Very good
You
question.
can make it even with the buffer.
But as I told you before, use the soft part of the buffer, okay? Not the strong part. So, and I'm going to buff like that. Not like that or like
She
that.
doesn't make it lines, she's making circles on the surface.
Yes. You have to buff it very well. Don't leave any shiny part. Here too. Oh my God. Okay. Now my surface is totally matte. I'm using the duster. And now I'm using the liner brush and the foil gel. And I'm starting from the middle to create the lines. I'm taking the gel like always, like this. I'm turning with my finger. Try to make very fine lines, because the foil, I think it's much nicer if they are fine, not too thick. Yes, if they are thinner. So, the first line is gonna be round. I mean,
Spire.
yeah. Okay, thank you. I'm moving my brush with like here. I'm trying to make the lines with wave. And I close it. Do you understand? This is the center. Okay. Where you want, you can make the next one here, or left, or up, or right. It's up to you. It's totally up to you. You can start everywhere. For example, I start here on the left part, and I'm making something like half moon, and I close it. Okay? You understand? Try to make the same thickness. So if somewhere is still too thin, just pull it out once again. And the next petal, I'm starting where the middle part, where there is the middle part of the previous one. Okay? So here was the middle. I can start here, but we cannot see because the tip is finished. So it's gonna be something like that. You understand? Okay. I start the next one here. Here was about the middle part of the previous one. It can be a little bit bigger and bigger and bigger. Close it. Like that. And the next one. Be kell állítanunk 30 másodpercre. Vagy mérem az időt. And the next one. Mennyire erős ez most? No, because you always, okay. So can you see the end? I'm making the next one because here can be the last one right here. And maybe you can see that I can create two more. Here is gonna be one. This is the reason why I make the end not so round, because it's much easier to create the petals. And here is going to be the last one, like that. Okay. And I can create the leaves too. One middle line. And the end. And the third one. Okay. Like before, here I can make a connection with the line. Here. And another one. And here, there is the last one. Okay. So, I usually use 30 seconds. 7. You know, it's not easy to tell because some lamps are strong, some lamps are weak. But don't worry because this is a really good foil, so it's not important the time. You can use maybe this is a very strong one, right? Maybe we can use only 20 seconds or maybe 15 seconds. But if you forget it and if you use 40 seconds or 1 minute, it doesn't matter. Okay. So maybe we can try with 20 seconds. Okay, I can use my phone.
Hát itt számolni fel a tetején.
Ja, jó,
A
oké.
tetején csak 44.
Hát, szuper. I'm taking a little piece. Don't worry if you touch this part. It's gonna be sticky. Okay. So,
test your lamp on the small part somewhere, okay? Test your lamp how many seconds is the best for you.
look, I'm just putting, I push it a little bit, and it's perfect.
Oh my God.
Yes, this is a very good foil. Look, no stress, it is the best foil. Just put it. Don't need to put and smooth, because sometimes I saw that so many people use like that. No, just push it and take it.
Wow.
Yes.
And I want you to come and see in real how small and tiny it is, because on the camera it looks huge, but
Yeah, you can use them just for a very quick.
Monica, you have that foil?
Maybe you can switch off the light to see, you know? Andi, kérlek, egy pillanatra felkapcsolni. Sorry?
How many colors do you have that foil?
I brought only gold and silver. I have so many gold because
Look at, we all need it.
kiosztod nekik és fölírod.
We's all in trouble.
Moira has this kind of foil Moira has only 4 colors: silver, gold, red, and blue. They have other kind of colors, but they are not the magic foil. So if you want to buy, you have to buy the magic foil. Because this was your mistake, maybe. Because you didn't buy the magic
but
foil.
hopefully Kristen is gonna have this soon.
Yeah.
You should have. Hát abból is van, csak nem tudom jelenleg meg kéne
Look, these lines are really, really thin.
Yes.
De most az extrémekből is kurva sokat berendeltem, ugye, hogy azért csak megmutatni tudok, hogy nekünk azért sok van, hogy ugye,
Csak ott annyira el kell találnod a lámpát,
Az
mert
hét
jól
másodperc.
tapad, csak annyira el kell találni, ha már picit túl
7
lesz,
másodperc.
hát
nekem
azért,
hét,
és
nekem
akkor már
hét.
nem mindenhova tapad. Ez meg
Hétnél.
nem mindegy, ha túl kötteted.
7-nél rátapad.
Do you understand? Completely?
Can you turn the light on? Because I can see.
What? Yes, I will show you again. I will show it again.
Just put it in the mirror.
So look, yeah, okay, no. Can you see that now? Look, they are really, 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 really thin.
Where is the tip?
Right here.
You can make picture later, okay? Just let me
Yes, just a fast.
And she sent it the picture right in the group.
Exactly. So for the protection, you have to use 2 coats. It is important, not only 1, 2. So for example, I always use the normal shiny one because I don't want to, I would like to keep the, is that the cool top gel? Is it? So the first is about 10 seconds, it's enough. And then you can put the next one. Okay. I think it's enough. And you can put the next coat. It's very pretty. No? I forget this leaf. Now I can see that there is one more leaf. I forget to put the foil. But look, the foil. The foil is nice when you have the same effect like the real. A little bit 3D and very smooth. Very smooth and very shiny. Can you see? Okay. So, do you have any questions about this one?
Should we use the top seal gel?
Yes, you can. But don't forget to clean it because it has a sticky layer. The top seal has a sticky layer. So, these are going to be the next. You can make the full, you can make full decoration, you can make only like that in the middle or like that. I think I'm going to show you this one, okay? Because it's the same. I have double flower here. Here I have only one. Okay. Always matte surface, buff matte surface. And here I used some light rose. I created with the red and with the white. So now I'm going to use a little white and I still have red here. I'm going to use this brush. Okay. A little bit. And sorry, and I also used a little bit of the neon pink. Can you see that here? Ja, sötét most ott valami. Yes. So can you see that some part I have some neon pink. The base is light rose. And for the leaves I'm going to use the green too. So how can we do it? I'm adding a little red for the, just a very, very small amount because look, it's already rose. Maybe just a little bit more. Not too much. Okay. For example, this is the middle part. I'm going to put a dot to know where is the center of the flower, okay? So, put the brush and pull to the center. One petal is done. You can make the next one. Pull it to the center all the time like this, okay? Don't cure them because if you cure them, there is no more possibility to make a correction if one petal is bigger and the other one is too small. Just do it. Can you see that? And look at the end of the petal. Don't make them too round. Because if you make them too round, it's gonna be, hogy mondják, egy kis gyerekrajz lesz. It's gonna be, yes, like when
if the
when
petals is too even for each other, it looks like a child draw it, you know.
yes,
It's
like this, you know.
It's more natural if they are different.
Exactly. Look at the end. And the last one. And can you see that this was too big, so now I have a chance to make a correction because it's still not cured. So I can make them a little bit similar, more similar, like this. Okay. I'm going to put the rose into the middle too. And now I think I will use the same green. This is the nice green. This is what I used for the rose. It was an orange with the green, do you remember? So just take some green and maybe here you can put some light, very soft green. Here. Oh, bocsánat. Here I have, like for the rose, I have more with different directions. Okay. Look at this effect. We can't see the end of the flower. If I would like to do it, I'm using this. This is the best. This is the corrector pen. There is a nail polish remover inside. And I can, maybe it doesn't need anymore, I can cut it like that. Okay. So here is going to be the gold line. This is very good to use if you have some small mistake. This is the best to use for the correction.
Because it's
the best.
lint free, you know, you can remove anything. I also use it for stamping. When you stamping, it's very good for stamping too.
Yeah.
You just stamp just out.
Here it can be another one. Maybe here it can be. Okay. Understand? Don't use it. It's not necessary. Take the pink and some part you can put some pink. Not too much like that. Just a very small amount of the pink. No, I should take a picture. Okay. And also just a very small into the leaf if you want. Not too much.
What color is that?
It is a neon pink, but the very small amount.
You really do make it look very easy.
Because
No, it's not.
because for me, you know, when you do something for example, 100 times. Maybe for you this is only the first time, but if you do it again and again and again, like driving a car, for example, it's the same. Okay, I don't cure it. Do you remember for the very first leaf, I use the red and the green to create some kind of brown. I'm going to use this brown, just a very small amount, because if you see the middle, it is a little bit brown. Can you see? I'm going to put a dot like this, and I'm pulling a line to separate the petals from each other. Can you see? Látszik még?
Az is itt jöttem le, hogy itt jobban látszik.
Maybe you can tap it a little bit somewhere to create some shadow, just a little like this. And also you can put some brown into the leaves. Because if you don't cure the base, it's easier to mix them. Just a little bit, not too much. Here and here. Can you see my movement? Tap, tap, tap. Tessék? Right there. The middle of the flower is the darkest part. So just tap it a little bit more to create the depth, like that. So now I'm done with everything. I have to fix it very well, okay? I need to take a picture. Do you understand the steps?
Yes.
Okay. Fix it. And here, maybe you can see that I have some white lines. Can you see? Maybe I'm going to put some zoom. Can you see the white lines? When it's done, I'm going to put the shine, and on the shine I'm going to create the lines. This is very important, girls. Okay. Like I did the texture with the black, I'm going to make the same with the white, because we have two kinds of whites, the mega white and the art white. So I will mix them, a little bit of the art and a little bit of the soft one, because this is too thick and this is too soft. But if we mix them, it's gonna be very great. Mega white and art gel white. Before I put the shine, maybe we should use some nice, what is the name in English?
Stripe.
Stripe. We can use, no, the gold one is better. Have you used before? Never. So many people has a problem to use.
Yes.
Okay, I would like to tell you. Yeah. Never use, for example, it is not sticky anymore because I'm using my hand. So I have to put like this where I didn't touch it. Don't touch it. Just cut it with the scissor like that. Then I'm using the dotting, this part of the dotting. If you see that, I left a little space without the gold. I will put this gold gel to
Finish it.
finish it, yes. This is too long. I'm cutting a little bit shorter. I never cut until exactly the end. A little bit like that. I'm using the dotting. There is some dust on the top, so I'm using this magic pen. And here I can put some gold gel, because if you cut until the end, it's gonna be lifted up, how can I say? And here too. And we can't see it, look. And also you have to use 2 coats for the protection. So I'm going to use 2 coats of the cool top gel. Yes, exactly.
If you're using the top seal, it's enough 1 layer because it's so thick.
Okay. Exactly. But you know why I don't use the top seal? Because it has a sticky. And for this technique, if I would like to make the white lines on the shine, you have to clean it out from the sticky layer, and sometimes it's going to be too slippery, and the white lines
It's gonna spread.
yes,
So it's not gonna be that tiny.
exactly. So it's better to use a top without sticky, because I don't cure it until the end. I just cure about 10 seconds because it's still sticky and the white can stick to the surface. Yes. Do you understand?
Yes.
So this is the second coat. It's already nice. So maybe 10 seconds. I think it's enough. And I'm using the liner brush. Look at now. Don't take too much, just a little bit. We need very fine lines. I have almost nothing on the brush. So, from out to the center. Not from the center, always from the end to the center. Do you remember the end of the petal were not too round? This is good because I can use it, I can make some wave, and I can pull to the middle. Can you see that? see something? Because I can't see. No, I can see. Okay, can you see that now? And here, look, I can pull it. And look at the end of the petal. Or you can put some other lines. Always from the end to the center. Here the next one. And the next one. Can you see here the end? I can use like that. And the last petal. And the flower is almost done. We have some leaves. Like always, I'm putting a line into the middle, and you can make the other lines or from the center or from out to the center like this. It's up to you. One more. This decoration looks very soft because of the color, and maybe if I have some mistake here, I'm going to use the pen. So don't worry if you make any mistake. Okay, I have one more. Now I can use the pen here, put here, and look at the middle of the flower. I have some white lines, and the end of the white lines I have some brown dots. Okay, so I'm putting some line. Like this. And with the dotting, no, with the brush, not with the dotting. With the same brown color, I'm putting some very small dots, like this. Okay. And now I can cure everything very well, because the surface, the shiny, is not finished yet. Okay, girls? Do you understand?
Yes.
Everybody is so silent.
They're sleeping.
No.
No,
Focusing.
Or you are in shock, I don't know. Okay. So it's very beautiful with the full, very beautiful like that. So it was almost full too, but here and here I use the pen. Okay. And here I use the pen too.
It's like a rare pen, but it's still good.
Hmm?
It's a college grader, isn't it?
No, it's acetone inside.
Oh, right.
Yes, it is acetone, it's nail polish remover. Nail maybe you can smell it.
No, I just wanna see if it's like a primer thing.
And it's very, no, it's not a primer. And look, girls, because after a while, this you have to look at on the screen. You have to change this part because after a while it's gonna be dead. Just pull it out. If the nail polish remover is finished, you can fill it again, and you can buy. Yes, like that.
Oh, okay.
And you can change it. You have to change it after a while. You have to use the new one. I brought more for you, so if you want to buy two, because I think I brought 20 pieces. Hm? Mit szeretnél?
Azt engedjük már meg, hogy egy megvegyem mondjuk 5-öt, mert többet meg nem jön. Megegyezhetünk, mert kéne, hogy
Ja, minimum. Ja, értem, jó, oké.
Mert hogy most valaki megveszek a másiknak.
De holnap meg nem fogjuk használni, és akkor én nem biztos, hogy megveszek holnap. Azt lehet, hogy itt már a nyakunkon van.
Igen.
I'm kidding.
Látod, már mondja is, hogy ő már többet akar. Ha marad, akkor kapsz.
Miért csak egy kicsit
Very easy.
Yeah, really.
Just 1 second.
No, you're fine.
I just love everything you do.
Oh, is it okay if I take pictures?
Yeah. Thank you, my dear.
I'm just gonna totally take it with me.
I almost walked out with a puppy on there. De szíveből nincs is annyira, csak felhívni.
Nem, abban csak 5-öt hoztam, mert általában mindenki az alanyat szereti, de van, aki szereti az ezüstöt, és akkor az ilyen.
Oké, mindjárt folyamot jönnek,
Yeah, I have a chewing gum in mine.
I can tell you, I'm not sure. I didn't check. Oh, we don't have more food. It's back for refrigeration. Zero sample. No.
And then the remover stick. No, you're giving me. Thank you. I try to find hot water on there because I'm not full. It's so annoying.
Mikor megyünk ebédelni? Figyelj, leállítottuk ezt a videót, Mónika? Már persze. Ja, az nem izé. Ja, azt hittem, hogy ilyen touchscreen.